Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. Oh my god, it's been a minute since we last made a video.
We're back again, we're back again.
Like he's so excited, like we can make a video and all that. So today we'll decided to quickly make a video before the boys wake up, but halfway into it and they are up. But we told ourselves, you know what, we're still going to make this video. And also you're just going to get me doing this and all that stuff because we're thinking we could get through with this without especially Zayn waking up. But hey, he's here. Say hello to everybody. Seth is somewhere, I think he's still trying to put and all that. So guys, today we're going to be talking about our culture shock in Poland. What has really shocked us since we moved to Poland. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to our channel. We are the Utilists. Please do subscribe and do put on your notification. So
to hit the ball rolling, I think the first thing that hit us was time.
yeah, time. Oh my god, these Polish people are on time. You know, coming from Nigeria, coming from Africa, there's something we call African time.
Yes, that means we give you 2 hours to do whatever it is you want to do.
There's a window period of 2 hours.
Yep.
Because we know you're going to be late. In most cases.
So we schedule our time 2 hours before time, knowing fully well that everybody will come 2 hours later.
So if you really want the party to start by 8 o'clock, we'll tell you the party starts by 6. Don't also bear in mind there are some people that are actually there's an exemption. Also, we can never have enough of weather. Weather was a culture shock for me, and it still is a culture shock.
I don't know what aspect of weather you're going to hit, but for me, it's the night and day. For me, it doesn't matter how long I've been here. When it's winter, like we're almost approaching, it gets pretty dark very early. So by 3 p.m., it's pitch dark. And then you're like, okay, I have 4 hours or 5 hours of good time to do anything. And I can't do that because it's night. Now, the reverse is the case in summer. Because in summer, by 11, sometimes, I think by this year, no, but this year we had 10:30 p.m.
Like it was still bright.
It was still bright. It was like a 6 p.m. day back home in Nigeria.
Yeah,
so
and
it hit
that
me.
Actually wasn't good for us because Zeph wasn't going
yeah,
to
for Zeph especially
really struggled a lot with him that period, getting him to bed
or waking up,
and then waking up he was always up pretty earlier than usual because most times Zeph actually sleeps. He wakes up, he's a pretty early riser and all that. So summer period for us, I think next summer we're going to get like the pitch black, like really dark curtains and all. Also, another thing that hit us was PDA. A public display of affection. Hey, so coming to Poland, and I remember the first time I noticed this was I was on a train.
Can't you see me? I mean, publicly displaying.
I was on a train and I saw these kids just making out in the train, and I was like, dude. Really? Like you guys are just going to do this in public and nobody's saying anything and all that. I was ashamed for them. I was embarrassed. And I remember him just smiling. I'm like, see, let just stop staring. I'm like, I can't help it. We got down from the train, we got to where we're going to, and everywhere I was going to see that people were holding hands, kissing each other.
Especially during summer.
Yeah, like everything was just happening. And the thing was like a movie to me. It was really like a movie. Because coming from Nigeria is a place that where you're displaying affection like that. You actually, even the stairs alone will make you uncomfortable. And it's not really welcomed. And one elderly person will even walk up to you and tell you, come on, will you stop doing that thing? As in, can't you wait and get home and all? But the cutest me.
Why are you talking as if we don't do our own? I can give you a kiss now.
Yeah, we're learning. Yeah. So even till now, I still stay when I see people actually display affections in public, like really serious display of affections and all that. Also, another culture shock for me was cigarettes.
Yeah, I think this is for me. It's the age at which people smoke. Okay, for me it's the age because here you see a couple of very young teenagers smoking and in public. Now I don't know if they smoke in front of their parents. I don't know what the age limit is for allowable smoking. But where we come from, I mean, it's wow. You must be bold or an outcast to do that in public. And believe you me, you do that, people will come to meet you. And you could actually get scolded by someone who's not a member of your family, who doesn't know you from anywhere. So you're kind of a bit wary of that, you know. But here,
I think the culture shock for cigarette for me was seeing women smoke. As he mentioned, in Nigeria and in Africa, in most African countries, I think that I know of, women don't smoke in public. Of course, we have friends that females that smoke. We have I have an aunt that used to smoke, but I never saw her smoke in public. She always smoked in the comfort of her home and all that. Because when you smoke in Nigeria or in Africa as a woman, there's always this thing. It's actually, I think, wrong to just presume someone is bad or someone is not of good character and all because the person is smoking. But it was some, like in Nigeria, a woman is smoking, and trust me, people will point fingers at you like, sit down, bad character. Like she don't get home training, meaning she's not properly brought up because they believe a lady shouldn't be smoking and all. So it was actually a big culture shock for me just seeing the way women smoke and girls smoke. And up to now, I'm sorry, I still stare at young girls, especially when I see them smoking. But there's something again about secret. When you see people smoking so much, and you start thinking of trying it a couple of times. Anyway, so another culture shock for us.
it's back in the, we're going now straight to the office.
Yes.
Name calling.
Name calling. Not just office massive. I think
Yeah, but generally,
especially
where
now.
it's really very formal. But I mean, you rarely, well, in Nigeria anyway, you rarely call
Hi.
your boss, a senior colleague of yours by his name, except he's a friend, and I mean a close friend. And even if he's a friend, the fact that you're in the formal work environment, tendency is you say the normal sir, or you just do avoid the name calling in every aspect.
Because we noticed here in Poland, like the formal name calling is not actually a thing for them like that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you
doesn't-
disrespect anyone, you know, and all that.
In Nigeria, so for me, it was really shocking. And even with older friends, people that are like way older than us, older friends, when we call them by their name, I still feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, because they will tell you call them by their
Yeah,
names.
but I feel very uncomfortable doing it. So most times I just rather just start talking than just even calling names and all that.
And then, of course, that goes into how you give people things.
Yeah. Come here, Bajak.
In Nigeria, we kind of try to ensure that our kids grow up using their right hands, meaning that they should be right-handed. Now, of course, there's always that child who is left-handed by, whatever. Even that, it's assumed that even though the child he's an adult or she's an adult now, even though she's left-handed, when she wants to give something to an elderly person, she must take the item to her weaker hand, which is her right hand in this case, because most of our elders believe that as a sign of respect, you must give something to an elderly person with your right hand. And in worst case scenario, you join the two hands together and give. And in some cultures, you even have to bow or kneel or something, So it's very strange when we came here and someone will give you anything with your left hand and they don't expect you to give them anything with your right hand or with your left hand. It doesn't really matter. It's a different culture.
Yeah, it's your hand. Like, it's part
exactly.
Of your body.
They don't feel it's a sign of disrespect, which was strange for us, and we're still adapting to it.
So also another culture shock for me here in Poland so far that we've noticed is family and questions. You know how we are in Nigeria now. Once it's family,
I don't know how.
Once it's family, see, we intrude, we do everything. We'll ask you that question. Like we ask you, we are not scared. My mother will ask you the question. That question that nobody wants to ask you, she will ask you. Like I think there's this family bond in Nigeria that we actually don't have boundaries to a level that. But here in Poland, we realize that privacy and they have a lot of boundaries, even though they are family. So like in countries like Nigeria and most African countries, that someone will ask you after maybe just a few days after you get married, when are you getting pregnant? You won't hear that here. Like they don't bother you about it.
Here, culture shock I think I received on my first visit to Poland was visiting the fuel stations. And why it was a shock to me is we're used to being attended to by the attendants in Nigeria, meaning that if you go to a fuel station, you want to fill up your tank, you go in there, you have someone who will administer your fuel for you, and you pay directly to the person who is fueling your tank. So you tell them how much you want, and he or she will administer fuel, and then when it's done, you have the calculation on the meter, and then you pay. Now, what was very interesting is you go outside, you go off, you get off your car, you go to the hose, you administer your fuel depending on how much you want. Is the use of toilets while traveling. Now, here you have a lot of, between towns, you have a lot of expressways.
Yeah.
There isn't a lay-by where you can park your car and then go off and say, man, I'm pressed and I need to go off and into the bushes and take, you wait
Come
for...
on, when you say bushes, make me look as if we live in a jungle.
No, but the truth about it is, here, the expressways, there's no space to park. And if you do park, you will be arrested. Here, you will be arrested. You don't park on an expressway. Okay, this is contrary to where we come from. And before I digress away from that, there are lots of interconnecting highways between states in Nigeria, but they are connected in such a way that you can park and lay off the road, and then if you're really pressed, there's a bush by, you could pee, because we don't have toilets on the routes. Not saying that within towns you can't go and find a toilet where you pay for. Come on. In some states, you have some toilets you pay for, and then they clean it up and all that, which we do here. But here,
there's always a toilet.
There's always a McDonald's, where you can, as you're transiting from one town to the other, there's always a McDonald's along the way. Every 20 kilometers or thereabout, and you can go in, you buy whatever you want to buy, or you just simply go use the toilet and then go off. You could get really pressed while traveling from one town to the other, and imagine. Oh, I have pictures.
Excuse me.
I have pictures. You see, she was pregnant.
See, there is a law, I think, in the UK where a pregnant woman is the only person that is allowed to pee anywhere. If I'm not mistaken, I think in the UK or one of the countries. I think you need to quote that law and put it here, because I don't believe you. I know I saw it somewhere, either in the UK or one of those countries. A pregnant woman can pee anywhere. Culture shock for me was, as Anaki said, I always looked out for all those things, was pedestrian bridges. I didn't really see much pedestrian bridges in Poland. I think it took me a year before I actually saw one. Yeah, maybe because I was always inside the train. But even aside that, I think a couple of times I went out, I was always looking actually on the highways and everything. And I used to wonder, how do people cross over from one end of the road to the other? Until recently, I think I finally saw, and I was so happy, because coming from Nigeria, where we have pedestrian bridges like everywhere, even though most times we barely use this, we do the sharp thing and just cross the road. It was really, really, really I'm like, okay, how do these people cross? So I think to a level, I now noticed that they had lots of the underground tunnel thing where people just walk under. But for me, it was still a culture shock, because I wanted to be seeing those bridges, I think there was a culture shock for me was traffic, the way they actually obey traffic here in Poland, especially the zebra crossing.
Yeah. Yeah, you coming from Nigeria, don't think because it's a zebra crossing that you can cross. They don't know that. They don't
care. So it was actually very, very, I was amazed. I remember I was going to a store and they had the zebra crossing, and I got to the zebra crossing, I saw cars coming, and I stopped. And they stopped. Like, they were waiting for me to go. I was like, people should pass. I was waiting for the cars to go. And I just saw people going, and I decided to go. So every single time I still get to the zebra crossing till now, I still stop, and I'm like, okay, and this car is going to come. I know, because in Nigeria, zebra crossing or not, my dear, you will look left, right, you will run. The boys are up fully, so we have to run. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our culture shock, and if there's anything that you've noticed actually if you living here in Poland, please kindly let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. We really have a wonderful week. Bye.